If I had to move, I'm fucked. I don't know. I'm just. Well, my name is Mike Schaefer. Schäf, they call me, short for Schaefer. Been tattooing since '94, building machines since, Jesus, late '90s. Using my machines, I had to tear into them and modify them and hot rod them or whatever, and then just turn into like doing it all the time. You can lighten them up by drilling some holes in them and stuff. Beef up the frame or whatever, or if you take the A-bar and you shave off some stuff and lighten up the A-bar to make it go faster, you know, change the springs out. I guess I would call that hot rodding a machine, yeah. This is where I start all my focusing and building is right here. And I always have like a certain, like, I don't have like a look right away, but then like I have a plan. And sometimes I'll draw like a side plate out first and then I'll cut it all out. It just pops up like, okay, I'm gonna make this one like fucking red. So then it just starts to snowball into like I'm gonna use some red wire cover, black tape or something like that. And it just goes from there. I always like having a variety of shit. You know, everything's like, this is all vintage crap that I found. I had like a secondhand, you know, like home resource thing. And so, God, I have an obsession with old vintage shit, so I'll tear apart something that's old and use it in with a tattoo machine so it looks old. Like these coils they're old as shit. Like the covering on there, I'll carefully take that off and then I'll put it on a set of coils and then it looks vintage, you know, but still new inside. And that's how like all these bells and stuff, they run the same way as a tattoo machine, and if I see one somewhere, I just buy it. I'm like, I'll buy it, throw it up here. Just visually, I like having that inspiration of old to put into a machine. So, yeah, that was because of my kids who kind of kept on asking about it, and like, let's just cover that up.
At what age do you take the sticker off?
I know. I don't even know if I could without it getting ruined. See this here? It's a picture of me on an 8-foot tall bike.
Oh my gosh. Look at you, dude. Look at all that hair.
That was in the 80s.
Looks like hair of the 80s.
Me and a friend of mine built this bike, and just a tall bike we were just dicking around. I don't know, Jesus.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know how long, 84 or something like that. Oh, the good old days. Yeah.
Kind of the fun part of the shop like this too is like there's so many stories and memories. That just
There is.
pop out at you.
That's what I love about this is like all my, like machines of other builders. I collect a lot of machines of other builders. We'll trade or whatever, and stickers. And you know, this has evolved over what, 16 years of living here. So it's crazy. Like when I first started, none of this was here. It just had a vise on it. But over time, as you're making stuff, you're like, hey, I need a better saw or a better grinder. So then you buy it and you move stuff. And then, I don't know. And then I just like collecting crap, like all these bug sprayers. I got one, and then all of a sudden it snowballed into like having hundreds of them. And I'm like, what happens is people just give them to you. You just, hey, I got one. I'm like, I'll take it. And then you throw it up, and that's how shit just starts. Yeah. There's people that are really tidy and stuff. If I had to move, I'm fucked. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know where. Which I have done before in my previous shop. I moved and I put them all into boxes. They're still in boxes next door. And that was over 16 years ago, whenever before this place. I should probably go through those. I might find something. All these, they're all 832 screws. Like, and if I'm like at a junk store and I see some 832 screws, I'm like, oop, snag those sons of bitches. Because there's certain screws that they don't even make anymore. Even like wing nuts. 832 wing nuts, you can tell, like when you look at them, they have a certain like look to them.
Yeah.
I got some fucking wing nuts that are really cool that are from World War II, and they only came on a gun, a certain kind of gun. I can't remember what it was, like some sort of a tripod thing or something. But they have like a little locking nylon shit on there, but they're fucking cool. The other thing I have a fascination with, it's so bizarre, is switches. And I, like these are from Russia. And I want to say maybe they came out of a plane, helicopter, I don't know. The coolest fucking switches is this. Do you see what happens there? So it turns on and then turns off, and it turns on because it's hitting the other side. If that makes sense, but it's fucking rad. And this all gets hidden. Back, you won't see it, but I like seeing that shit. And if there was a way to use this in a tattoo machine, I'd be like...
You think there is?
I don't know. It's pretty bulky and huge, but... And it's... God, I don't know. It's like a fidget toy, too. Like, I'm constantly like, oh, this is so cool. You know, this stuff. This is all like coil shit, you know, like old motors. It's a coil to run a motor, but it's an old toy motor. Like this one. Give it spin here. With coils, you know. The bell works exactly like a tattoo machine. There's a negative and a positive, and usually negative is like the frame itself. Positive is like the coils that electricity goes through. This one is crazy because the way this is, a normal tattoo machine has a solid core in it. These have a shitload of plates. So this can actually run by plugging it right into the wall. That's how much power you could throw at this thing. And the way it works is it shuts off and on super fast. So you'll see the spark in here will turn on and off because the magnet is like turned on and then turned off, and it just goes fast. This one's pretty cool because it has a adjuster on the back to make it the tension of it. So if you want it to hit harder or softer, you can do it by this because it's gonna have the throw on it, if that makes sense. Yeah, which is cool. And it's a pivot point one. Usually some of them, the spring is the actual pivot point of it, but this is the pivot point of it. So that's cool. This is my favorite. I goddamn love it. This thing was built, God, somebody was like modified the shit out of it because this is what it really looks like back in the day, and they modified the shit out of it and made it into this. So that little copper thing in there, it turns on and then turns off because it's going, it's hitting, when it's hitting this one, it's hitting these coils. When it hits this side, it's hitting these coils. Knife switchers are just fucking badass. They're just from Frankenstein shit, you know? Oh, this one here. This is a bigger one, knife switch. You just turn off and on. Yeah.
That makes me want to like blow up some shit with dynamite. That's what that
I know.
little SOS. That's perfect.
Yeah, and I've gotten rid of shit too. I don't know why. I go through in and out of like getting rid of shit and then keeping shit, and like, if I could keep everything, it would be ridiculous in here, but that's the other thing. I always think of these things that I'm a caretaker. I don't own any of this shit. I'm just a caretaker. Yeah. I'm just using it right now, and then when I die, somebody else will use it, so.
Yeah.
I just want to, you know, expose to people the fun side of machine building, and you know, if you got any cool inspiration out of my, you know, craziness of this stuff, you know, that's awesome. And yeah, I'd like to do more of this kind of stuff if you're, you know, anybody's really into this fun stuff, mechanical, awesome ingenuity of art. And yeah, let's continue on this little journey of coolness.
Hell yeah. Let's continue on this journey of coolness. Yeah, I love it. Fuck yeah.